Hi guys, it's Lucy, and today I'm answering all of your hair questions. That's right, we're doing a little hair Q&A. We're doing one of these before we do a Q&A about my personality, because guess which one people think is more interesting? The dead follicles on my noggin. I get a lot of questions about my hair. I've had platinum hair for about 9 months now, and for that I had pastel pink and purple. And I've just been getting questions like kind of throughout the whole process, so I put a little question box up on Instagram stories, and I have all of your questions here, including some ones I just commonly get, and I'm going to answer all the questions that you've ever wanted to know. I also vlogged my hair process yesterday. I go to the amazing Mermaid Salon where I'm looked after by Kate from Peach Industries, and she is the one who works this magical magic on my hair, so every time you see my hair looking super fly, it's because of Kate. And Mermaid Salon, which is a really amazing salon local to Brisbane. And you guys may also know them because they created the viral like mermaid brush thing. That was them. They were the originators of that.
Hello, this lovely lady touching my hair is Kate. We're at Mermaid Salon and we're about to just do my hair maintenance. My hair maintenance.
Yeah, we're gonna do the regrowth.
Normally I'm bad and I don't come in as often as I should, but how long does this process normally take, would you say?
This usually takes us a good like 6 hours. Times I'd say.
It can do, sorry guys. Sorry if you thought this was like a quick and easy process and like this is effortless. Like I have to book out a day.
This ain't effortless.
So what's the basic process of today?
Just gonna go through and we'll lighten your new growth, and we'll clean out this bit of a worn band that we've got from last time.
The shame, I'm like,
And yeah, we're gonna have a play with some hairstyles, I think,
Woo-hoo.
afterwards, and we'll do like nice slick toner.
Yay.
Make it all pretty.
And now what's in my hair? I don't really know.
We have got some of our structure number 2, which is just helping refortify all your bonds and stuff. We also mixed in some of the NAC Color Mask Conditioner Toner.
Okay.
The silver one and the violet one.
And then we're gonna rinse it out and
We'll blow dry it and
yeah, and
do
then
some fun things.
that's it. But yeah, that's pretty much like the basic process.
It's just when there's a longer regrowth, it's just double applying,
Yeah,
which takes
longer.
a longer time.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, it mainly just takes time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just time and care and
Yeah, and Kate's expertise.
all those things.
And all those things. We'll see you back in a minute.
And we are all done. We just had a little play, we put some braids in. Kate should be able to like show you properly from the back, but there we go. And I got my bangs a little shorter this time because I was feeling them. I was feeling the like anime woman fantasy.
Yeah.
Kate's like, yeah, like success. It's pretty time consuming, but it's what keeps my hair in good shape and what makes it look as nice as I think it does. I don't think my hair has ever looked better than it has recently, so I'm really happy with my hair at the moment. So I thought now would be a really great time to answer all of your questions. So let's jump in. I'll also try and timestamp all of the questions for you guys if you had a particular question that you were looking after, just so you can kind of hop straight to the bit that works for you. Jumping in with hair history, just kind of like general questions about how this came to be. Unfortunately, I wasn't born with waist-length platinum blonde hair, although I wish, right? So first question, what is your natural hair color? My natural hair color is mousy brown. Basically the color of my eyebrows, but like a little lighter. It used to have some kind of like natural highlights from just its growth. But yeah, it's a mouse brown color. And I had it pretty much all the way through high school until my last year. I don't know, it wasn't a bad color or anything, I'm not saying it. I just think for me personally, I suit lighter and brighter hair colors. I think it just, I feel like it's the same as makeup. I feel like it captures my personality a little more and I feel a bit more myself with it. And I didn't think I would enjoy myself as a blonde as much as I did. Have you ever had short hair? Yes, and I think the reason why I have such long hair now is because I was scarred by my horrible short hair. Ever since I was like a little kid, like a baby, I just always had these really like hideous, no style, blunt bob cuts. And because my hair is frizzy and kind of curly, but we didn't know how to manage it, it was just kind of like a triangle bob. It was just not a great look. I had that all the way up until I moved to Australia when I was about 9. And then I was like, imagine 9-year-old me just being like, Mum, I can't do this anymore. And I started growing my hair out from then. And since then, I was 9 and I'm 20 now, I haven't had like a major haircut. I've always been growing it out. It's only till recently that I've started like fully like kind of just maintaining the length it is now, which for our reference is like waist length. I'm definitely one of those people where, yeah, my like haircut of my youth has scarred me today, and I think there are a lot of people like that. Like some people won't get a fringe or bangs because they had like a really bad fringe when they were younger. Do you know what I mean? So yes, I have had short hair. I'm not saying I would never go back to it. Yeah, I've had it and I didn't really like it. Do I get headaches from it being heavy? Yes and no. Just if it's like sitting out like this, or if it's styled, or if it's out, I don't tend to get headaches. I've had it long for so long that I wouldn't really notice if I was getting headaches. Like, you know, maybe I'm constantly in head pain, I don't know. But if I have like a really tight ponytail or something where it's up for a long time, that can hurt. But I think that applies to a lot of people. I don't know. How did I get it to the color it is today? So I guess we'll just run through what colors it's been, because I feel like that works. So as I mentioned before, started off with mousy brown, just like a mid to dark brown natural color. Then in my senior year of high school, I wanted a change, but we could only dye natural colors, that were my school rules. So I dyed it like an auburn. It was like the L'Oreal semi-permanent dye, so nothing drastic. I didn't bleach it. And I just put it on. It was kind of just like a gloss that gave it a bit more warmth and a bit more color and let me kind of just express myself a little bit. And somewhere through, I think my first or second year of university, I don't really know, I went to Mermaid Salon. And in one day, we went from the auburn, which I'd kind of grown out. I hadn't dyed it in a few months just to give it some time in between. And I went from auburn to bright pink. And then we kind of worked back from like a mid-tone blonde with a bright pink back to kind of a pastel. And then somewhere along the line, I went from the baby pink and I kind of washed it out and went back to blonde. And we've been working to get it to more of this like platinum white color that we have here. That's briefly kind of how we got here. It's been a journey. You know, it's like The Hobbit, like it's been a journey. We've had many side quests and different colors and different things have happened, but this is the current result. Now let's talk about the process of this, like the technical kind of stuff. How often do I get it done? I should get my hair done roughly every 5 to 6 weeks for the best results. If you are wanting to achieve like this platinum blonde or like a very light blonde or a white, you want to do it as often as possible so you don't get those yellow bands. I'll try and like insert a picture if I can as an example, but if you leave it for too long, so last time I got my hair done, I left it for too long, so there was a slight yellow band in my hair, and that's just because the closer to your scalp your hair is, the bleach will process faster because of the natural heat from your scalp. I'm trying to explain this as best I can. I'm not a hairdresser, but if you bleach it more often, you're going to get like a more consistent result over time. My hair lifts pretty easily with bleach as well. So yeah, about every 5 to 6 weeks at the moment to upkeep this. So the next question is, how much do I spend on my hair? I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I work with NAC Hair, or I'm sponsored by them, however you kind of wanna look at it. This video isn't sponsored by them. They didn't ask me to make this video. I'm not being paid to make this video, but I do use all their products in my hair, and the salon that I go to works with NAC. So I get my hair done for free. That said, I did used to pay for my hair and I was going to the same salon. So I have gone through the entire process of paying for the upkeep and paying to get my hair done. So I understand like the cost kind of thing to it, but I also don't think it's useful for me to give you a dollar amount, because keep in mind my hair is longer. Whatever kind of condition your hair is when you first get it done will affect the price. Where you live will affect the price. So I don't think it's useful in a way, but I will say that it can be expensive. The initial cost and the initial few appointments will cost you the most, especially if you are going from a dark color or a box dye or anything like that. If you have like naturally blonde hair and you're just going a bit lighter, it's probably not going to cost you as much as it costed me or it cost someone else. So just keep that in mind. So it's not really helpful for me to tell you that, especially now that I don't pay for my hair. I'm so lucky and so grateful and thankful that I don't pay for my hair anymore and I'm looked after by NAC. So yeah, I know that getting your hair bleached is an expensive process. I know this because the initial bleaching process I paid for all myself, and I'm a uni student, so you know, it wasn't cheap, and it was something that I had to think about, and it was something I had been wanting to do and I'd saved up for. So yeah, it's just a case of you like thinking about it, and I know you guys are just going to do whatever you want to your hair, and you guys are all able to make your own rational decisions, but I will recommend, if there is any point in your hair like platinum or pastel journey where you are thinking about spending the money, I would say it is in those initial appointments. I don't know you personally, but I know I couldn't trust myself to do it on my own or with like just my mum, you know, even though she's great and we did a really good job with box dye, I think, but I just didn't think it was a wise idea, and I didn't want to wreck all the hair that I had worked so hard in growing out on. And I just rationalized it to myself as well that if I had done it myself and it went wrong, I'd probably have to end up paying the same price or more just to get it fixed. And even then it might not ever be in as nice of a condition as it originally was. So, and just, you know, use your judgment and make good calls. If you don't think that maintaining a certain hair color is financially viable for you, and you just don't think it's a good idea, then maybe like wait off, or like don't do it for a little while. I'm not saying don't have the hair color of your dreams, definitely do, but I didn't get my hair bleached or anything until I was in uni and I had a job where I could afford to do it. I went to Mermaid Salon straight away because I knew there were a place in my area that specializes in doing unnatural colors and like unicorn hair and mermaid hair and all that good stuff. So I did my research and picked them as the salon I wanted to go for. I had been going there for a year, and that's when, after about a year and a half or so, I was offered by NAC to be one of their sponsored NAC girls. That was really exciting for me, and it's still really exciting. It's really awesome, and I'm very, very lucky. But yeah, so I am sponsored by them now, but I didn't used to be, so I get the expense. The question is, what bleach / dye brands do you prefer? I don't use any dye in my hair at the moment. I used to use hair dye, but at the moment we use the NAC Permanent Hair Color in the Blonde Flex range mixed with Structureplex #1. I had to ask my hairdresser that because I didn't exactly know. I just let her put the blue goop on my head, but that is the bleach that we use. And that answers the next question, which is, do you use olaplex? No, but I use Structureplex, which is kind of the same thing. It's a bond strengthener and it helps to keep blonde hair intact. If you are planning on bleaching your hair, do see if they use one of these kind of plexes, because that is what is going to help keep your hair's integrity. It's not going to make it healthier, but it will stop it from getting worse, if that kind of makes sense. It kind of protects your hair from the bleaching process. So now let's move into products, because a lot of people want to know what products I use to keep my hair looking this way and like what my hair routine is. So first question, what products do you use? What are my favorite products? As you can guess, at the moment I use all NAC products. I'm very happy with my hair routine. Again, I wouldn't work with them if I didn't like their stuff. I will mention this though, I used to have a silicone-free hair routine, especially when my hair was like brown / auburn. I had like a silicone-free routine, and when I was first initially dyeing it and getting that all done myself. What products do you use? What are your favorite products? As you might have guessed, at the moment I use all of the NAC range of products. I mainly use their aromas range, which is kind of like their more natural sort of shampoos, and I use their Structureplex stuff as well, and all of the blonde stuff. That's all of the things I use. I will show you them in a moment when I'm walking you through kind of my basic routine. That's not to say I haven't used other things before. One recommendation I will make to you if you don't have NAC where you live, because I know some of you guys don't, because I really do genuinely love and use their stuff. It's really great, and I think my hair health and the way it looks is really nice now. I don't have to do a lot to kind of keep it looking glossy and fresh. But I used to have a no silicone routine. I don't think my hair looked as shiny as it does, because silicone is what gives it that kind of coating and that shine. But I find that a lot of cheap shampoos and conditioners, they have like bad silicones. But at the moment, because I am using a higher quality Salon range, I'm happy to use silicones in my hair because they are also a higher grade of silicone that doesn't have the buildup. So if I wash my hair and I use the same conditioner 2 times in a row, it doesn't like keep building, it just kind of stays at the right level, if that makes sense. So yeah. If you are trying to grow your hair out and kind of keep it healthy, that's a really good tip as well, is to potentially use like less harsh chemicals. You can always have a Google. I'm not like a hair doctor. I'm not like a hair guru, but that did work for me and it kept my hair pretty healthy. It just didn't look as like silky and fashion-y. So the next question I can kind of hit 2 in 1. What do you use to color your hair, and how do you avoid yellow and brassy tones? Apart from the toner, that mix that gets put in my hair, I use this from NAC. This is the NAC Platinum Blonde No Yellow Shampoo. And I will just use a little bit of this, froth it up and pop it in my hair, leave it in for a few minutes while I wash my face, shave my legs, whatever else. And I'll usually keep that on my roots, and then after like a minute or so, I'll pull it down into my ends, just because my ends are a little more like consistently toned than like the top. I don't know. Just listen to your hair and just do what you think. But this is the purple shampoo that I'm using at the moment. I have tried other ones. I've tried the bright purple shampoo and the fudge purple shampoo, and honestly I do think this one is the best I've tried so far. I just think it is a lot more of a consistent kind of color, and it doesn't leave it looking purple, it leaves it looking platinum. Both of those other ones tended to get a little bit patchy and were quite drying on my hair, and this one is like the best of the bunch that I've tried so far, and that's just been using purple shampoos for like 2 to 3 years. That's the truth. This one is my favorite one, so that. Okay, next question is, what is your hair routine? I'm gonna run through it with you right now. Again, not an ad for NAC, but I do use all NAC products because they work and it works good for me and my hair looks cool, so let's go. I wash my hair once every 5 to 7 days. Yes, I only wash it once a week. I know some of you may think that is gross, but I am a dry person. I have bleached hair, it is dry, it doesn't need to be washed very often, it's just not oily. Also, I would recommend that to you if you can. Try and space out your washes as much as possible. I think it is better for your hair, in my opinion. If you're washing your hair every day, you're drying it out and you're adding moisture back in with the conditioner, just kind of see if you can stretch it out, because I feel like my hair integrity is good because I don't like overdo it. I have 2 different shampoo and conditioners, and I kind of do it on a cycle. So 1 week I will use the NAC Structure Complex. This is their shampoo and this is the conditioner. Again, like an olaplex kind of formula where it's strengthening the bond of my hair and it gives it like that kind of silky, strong feeling. I don't know how to explain it. And then an alternating washes, I'll use that. And then on the other wash, I will use the Aromas range from NAC. So I have their color shampoo and the color conditioner. And these ones help to preserve hair color, and they're more of your like kind of typical shampoo and conditioner, I guess. I mean, it's a good shampoo and conditioner, but it's probably more what you're used to as like a typical kind of shampoo conditioner. I found the balance between these two are good. One wash is like preserving my hair and looking after the integrity, and one wash is like really getting in there and giving it a deep clean and also still preserving my color. With the wash that I do with the Aromas, I'll use my purple shampoo. So I don't purple shampoo my hair every time. Sometimes I will do it more often if it's looking a little brassy, but I usually do it every second wash or so. It doesn't need to be done that much because I have had it so light for so long and it's pretty well adjusted to tone. In terms of products I use to style, another tip, probably how I preserve my hair, I don't really heat style my hair at all, guys. Shocker, maybe, but probably not to many of you. This is a heat styled hair. This is what we did yesterday. If I go to the hairdressers, I will get it done. For my day-to-day life and my everyday washes, I don't dry it. I'll literally just air dry it and put some oil in or a product in and let it air dry, or I'll put it in plaits to get kind of like some soft natural waves. That's it. So some of the products that I like to put into my hair are the Aromas Ends Therapy. This is like a leave-in hair moisturizer. It's really nice, really kind of like light. It doesn't leave your hair feeling too heavy. And if I want kind of more of like a glossy kind of finish, or if I want it to be a bit more like luxe feeling, I'll go for the Aromas Aroma Oil, which is really, really lovely as well. So these two are kind of the styling products I use. Again, it's just to kind of keep frizz away and keep everything looking a little piecey and put together. Then occasionally to preserve treatments and stuff like that, I'll use a bit of this, the Color Fix Blonde. You like crack it open and it disperses some of the product in there. You give it a shake up and I'll just put it through my damp hair and brush it through, and that's just sort of like a treatment to sort of lock in color. If I do want to heat style my hair, I don't have it on me right now, it's in the bathroom, but I will use the NAC Heat Protectant. It's really great, it smells like grapes. But again, that's not very often. Maybe it'll just be to if I wanted to like straighten my fringe kind of bits. Or if I maybe was going out and I just wanted to straighten a bit of a ponytail or something like that, I will use a heat protectant spray. So yes, I do avoid heat styling my hair as much as possible, or I try to limit it as much as possible. So that is kind of all the questions about products, which leads us into the last kind of category of questions, which is all about hair health and how I keep it healthy. First question is, do you use any vitamins? No, I don't. I'm not opposed to trying vitamins. I am kind of interested in trying out some of those like beauty powders and stuff like that, but at the moment, no. This hair growth is all just my hair growing. This next question came up a lot, which is just, how is it so long? How do you keep it long? How do you retain the length? And how do you keep it healthy? Slash, how do I grow it long? This has been a long process, and I think that's something people sometimes don't think about. They kind of want to get their hair to that length really quickly, but growing your hair this long takes time. As I said, I've been consistently growing it out since I was 9. So this is like 11 years in the making, and only recently have I been kind of like maintaining the level of length it is and not like just doing the tiniest little trim. It is a long process. It's not going to happen overnight. I do think my hair does grow pretty quickly, just naturally. I don't know exactly by like what measurement per unit of time, but it's not exactly a slow growth for me. That's why I have to go get my roots done pretty often. But yeah, that's just my natural hair. Some of the tips I've sort of mentioned throughout the video will help. Try not to heat style your hair. Don't wash it too often. Don't over process it. Especially with bleaching, if you're bleaching your hair, don't like fry it to the point where it's just broken, because your hair's just not going to grow. It's not going to happen. You do have to look after it and kind of feel the integrity of your hair. I also have some tips from my hairdresser, because I asked her yesterday, I was like, would you recommend to keep it long? So here are some of Kate's tips. Going to the right people, using the right products, and using a low volume developer when you are getting your hair bleached. Getting it done by a professional where you can, especially where bleach is concerned. Using a satin pillowcase, and putting in like oil and really nourishing and looking after your hair. Another question was, is it difficult to keep it soft and nourished? No. And that's the truth. I don't find it that difficult because I have a routine that really works for me, and I try not to like overdo it with my hair. Just looking after it and babying it is really the best way to go. I genuinely think that's the way. And do I cut it often? Not really. I just kind of get a trim when I go in. Kate will just snap off any loose ends, but that's kind of it. I have kind of like listed and popped in a few tips here and there, but yeah, just really use your gut, use your instincts when it comes to your hair, and just really try and look after it if you can. Use things like Structureplex, Olaplex to look after bleached hair, and just babying it and really taking it slow. A lot of the time you won't get your dream hair overnight. It's a process. It took me a long time to get to this color. Manage your expectations, talk about it with your hair professional or hairstylist, and maybe have a look into some steps. So maybe can we go to like caramel blonde first, and then maybe we can go to platinum blonde after that. Like it might be a journey, and it probably will be a journey depending on your hair. So yeah, having a little think about things like that. I think I've answered all of your questions. If you have any more questions, do leave them in the comments down below and I will try to get to them as quickly as possible, and see how well I can answer them. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I was really excited to make it and see so many questions and being able to answer them for you, and hopefully it's a comprehensive video that I can just direct you to whenever you have questions about my hair. If you did enjoy this video, or if you enjoyed videos like this and seeing my face, then consider subscribing, leave a little like. It does help me out and lets you know that you are enjoying my content, because otherwise I don't know, and I have imposter syndrome already, so it would be helpful. But yeah, that's all for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you